Dear students, today we are going to discuss about sociology of law. Before going to discuss about sociology of law, we have found that two concepts are being used in this title. One is sociology and the rest one is law. If we do not understand, if we do not have a clear-cut idea about what does it mean that term sociology and what is the meaning of law, we will not be able to understand sociology of law. So at first we have to understand what does it mean, the term sociology. Socius, a Latin word, and logos, science or reason. These two words are combined and we have found a new word, sociology. In fact, socius means society and logos, as I told you earlier, science. So whenever you speak about sociology, in a very brief, in a simple way, we can say sociology means a science of society. If you open a book, so many definitions are there, and these definitions you might have some problems when you will try to understand, because you have to understand things in a simple way, in a easy way. So in fact, I am telling you to understand the things in a simple way. So science of society, here again we have found two concepts, society and science. So we have to have clear ideas on science and on society. First of all, I have to discuss about science. What is science? Again, I would like to say, if you open a book, you will find so many definitions. These will make you something. You get some troubles to understand those definitions. So I'd like to let you know in a easy way. Science. Think about it. Newton, one of the renowned scientists, he found that whenever apple is torn down from the tree, it falls on the earth surface. Why does it fall on the earth surface? Why does not it go upside? Many scholars from the very beginning of the civilizations could able to watch it, but they could not answer it. They could not question it even. Why does it happen? Newton for the first time questioned himself, and later he could able to find the reason. The gravitation. The gravitational force is there which works, which compelled the fallen bodies to go on the surface of the earth. That is why he could able to make two things. Number one, two things could be related. Number one, falling of the objects on the surf, on the earth surface. This is an event, and the cause is gravitation. So he could able to make relationship between gravitation and the falling bodies. So it has become a theory. So why do we invent theory or discover theory? Because by applying that theory, we can modify the world. We can modify the world to make our life comfortable. That's why we are inventing those theories. Think about it, before the inventions or discoveries, things had been happening around us. But because things happen, some sorts of interpretation should be there. As we know, earthquake, we know why does it happen. The collision between the tectonic plates or drifting of the tectonic plates may cause uh, tremor of the earth surface. That is all about earthquake. That is, those are the causes of earthquake. But before the inventions or this of the theories, why does it happen? The peoples had been experiencing these sort of problems for centuries, and they had an explanation. What is that? The earth is on the head of the snake. When the snake gets tired and it moves its head, then that earth gets tremor. That is earth. That is why earthquake happens. That was the interpretation of the Greek or the Indians. The Indians had a different interpretation. They always say they had a belief that the earth is on the horn of a cow. When it transfers from one horn to another, then the earth's surface gets tremor, earthquake. That is why earthquakes happens. These are not theories because the event and causes are not related scientifically. We have not done any research. We did not follow any method to make a relationship between the events and the causes. These are merely social thoughts. Social thoughts. These are not theories. So, whenever we speak about science and we make relationship between cause and effect or event, then it becomes science. And science has to follow some methods. It might be social science or maybe natural science, but for some sorts of methods are to be followed, and then it will become science. Number two, I would like to speak one thing about social science. Natural science is about the interpretation of natural phenomenon that happens around us. We have two worlds. One is natural world. When a baby gets birth, he has to adapt with the natural environment. At the same time, he has to adapt with the social environment till his death. And the process by which it happens is called socialization. Every society is consisting of norms, values, ideology, morality. And as a human being, we have to acquire that. And the acquiring process is called socialization. So socialization is happening, and as because we are socialized, norms, values, ideology, morality regulates our way of life. What we think is an outcome of social existence, social reality. What does it mean? It means norms, values, ideology, laws of the society which regulates my thought structure. So I cannot free my thought from the social existence. I cannot interpret anything keeping my social existence away from the when I go for interpretation. So in natural science, you don't have any opportunity to make value judgment. What I believe and the belief can never be applied whenever I am doing research in natural science. But in social science, as because I am a social being, social existence, social belief, and social thoughts have some sort of influence on my thought structure. So whenever I evaluate a particular events in that happens in a society, I may apply my value there. Though I will try to keep myself away from my values, my belief, even then it might happen. So whenever the sociologist define sociology, they always say, yes, I told you, earlier, society is the science of society. They have added a new term. Society is the scientific and objective study of the society. What does it mean, objective? As we know about science, we have discussed about it. But what is objectivity? Objectivity means what I see, I will describe that. I will not apply my values, my belief, whenever I interpret an object. That is all about objectivity. And subjectivity means I may say something good or bad. Think about socialism. This is an ideology. Somebody may believe it. Those who believe it, they will like to enlighten it. And those who do not believe it, they will not enlighten it. So, whenever you are discussing about socialism, your opinion, your belief, your value may be just there, judged there. So, we have to keep ourselves free from value judgment. That is why sometimes sociology is defined as scientific and objective study of society or social structure or social relationship or social institutions, whatever you say. This is all about sociology. Now, one thing I would like to tell you that without without the help of the technology, scientific theories can never be applied. Technology, think, this is the hot environment. I would like to make it cold. How can I do that? If I do have fan, electronic fan, or or AC, then I can make my room temperature in a comfort level. So I require to have technology. Not only that, if I would like to make furniture, I require to have saw, electronic saw, electric saw, whatever you say. But this is a technology. So science and technology go hand by hand. Without technology, scientific theory can never be modified the environment, can never modify the environment, and so we will not be able to make our life comfortable. So you have to keep it in mind. So this is all about science and social science. I have told it to you. Now, law. What is law? Law is nothing. As I told you earlier, society is comprising of norms, values, ideology, morality, and why these are the some sort of elements that require to have in a society. Why? What are the reasons behind it? The reason is that society means the relationship of the man. As I told you, society, science of society. What is society? The person should be there. Some person should be there. Two, more than two. Robinson Crusoe was living in an island. He had no friend. He was not treated as father. He was not treated as a son of somebody. He was not a friend. He was not a teacher. He was not an engineer. He was not a doctor. Why? Because he was alone. But in a society, whenever two or three persons are making relationship, they may be treated. Whenever a person is a member of the family, he may be treated father, son, sister, brother. Why? Relationship is there. Family should have a relationship between each member. So think about it. I do have so many identities. Right now I am a teacher. When I go to my family environment, I will become as a father. I may become son of my father. I may become brother of my brother. So many identities I do have. A person may become engineers. A person may become doctors. How do they got these identities? Remember, you have to make a relationship. Unless and until you are in a relationship, you will not be given such identities. At the same time, you have to understand that the society, the society is comprising norms, values, ideology, morality, and these are to regulate the behavior of the individuals. What is society? As I told you, some persons should be there. They should have relations. They should be related. and they should be interacted. What does it mean, interaction? Because in a classroom, I am a teacher. This identity is given by my society. Particularly, I'd like to say that an institution. And at the same time, whenever have given me an identity, at the same time, they have told me to perform a role. Being a teacher, my prime duty is to teach my students, to let them know some information about the course. This is my duty. So, society, the institution has given me identity. At the same time, they have given me a role to be performed. So, each and every individuals are related, interacted to perform their duties. And how do they keep themselves in peaceful and tranquil situation? Because norms, values, ideology, moralities are working in a society. So are able to keep ourselves in a society in a peaceful and tranquil situation. Unless this situation is kept, we cannot think of progress, economic development, social development, cultural development. So we have to maintain it. We have to maintain the peaceful and tranquil situations. So we can claim that we are how can we distinguish with other animals? We have once upon a time Aristotle told that we are political animal. Why? Because we can do politics. Family can be considered as a political institutions, and we have a state, we have parliament, we have uh, so many political institutions. So we can distinguish with other animals that they do not have. We have. So we are political animals. We are animal. We do have the animality, but we can distinguish that we are political animal. Later, someone tried to say we are economic animal because we can involve in economic activities. In the animal kingdom, no other animals can produce and distribute goods and services. We can. The human can. No other can do it. Why? Because we can produce goods. We can make brick. We can exchange it through in exchange of money. We can make furniture. We can exchange it. It has use value and at the same time exchange value. So we are producing goods and commodities. So we can exchange it through money. So we can produce, we can exchange, we can involve in economic activities. In fact, the development of society depends on the economic development. The rest of the social development absolutely depends on the development of the economic activities of the humans. So, in the once upon a time, the economist used to say, we are an economic animal. We can distinguish with other animals that we can involve in economic activities. Now the sociologist, we do say that we are cultural animal. We can distinguish with other animals that we have culture. None of the animals have cultures. We can produce bricks. Nature is an environment, natural environment. Earth is a natural environment. By digging and the mud, we can make brick of it from it. We can cut the brick, the trees, and we can make furniture of it. So we can modify the environment. The other animals can never do it. We can touch it. The brick can be touched. The furniture can be touched and sensed. That is why these are called material culture. And at the same time, we are able to get some norms, values, ideology, morality, and laws. These can never be touched and sensed. Even so, we call it non-material culture. These are the creations of the humans. Whatever we create, there is culture, and all these governs our way of life, social life. Whenever we speak about social change, it means the changes of norms, values, ideology, morality, the way of life, the total way of life. This is all about the change of the social structure, social system, culture of the society, economic system of the culture, society. All these are related. So we can claim, we can claim that we can distinguish with other animals that we have culture. So we are culture animal. We can claim that. So sociology is nothing. Sociology is a science that objectively study the social systems, the things that happen around us in a society, in a social environment. That is all about sociology. And sociology, remember, is a science. But law, some parts, some section of laws may be considered science, but in general, law is not science. It may be included in liberal arts or humanities, but jurisprudence is a science. I will discuss about this later. Now, one more thing I would like to discuss. Sociology, now we usually say that sociology is not merely a science or discipline or a subject. Rather, it is an outlook. Why do we call it outlook? Because the things happen around us in a society, in a social environment, definitely do have some causes. The basic need is to make relationship between cause and event. And if we know that, then we can solve the problem. We can modify the society and we can make the society comfortable and uh, uh, the society, we can make the society what we want. We can do that. So, society, sociology is nothing that happens around us in a society. We have to find out the causes, and those causes are either social or economic or cultural. Beyond that, no more things are responsible. So the sociology is basically an outlook. Whatever happens around us, we have to find out the causes, the cultural cause, social cause, economic cause, and political cause. Because political cause, activities, economic activities, in broader sense, are social activities. So we have to find out that happens around us. The causes are social, and whenever we will be able to make relationship between cause and event, that will become sociology. Laws, I will tell you later in the next episode. Laws, Roman civilization was there. Before then, Greek civilizations was there. The laws are not same. The laws of the medieval Europe and the modern Europe is not same. Why? Because society is in flux. Culture is in flux. Human society is moving and changing. That is why, to meet the demand of particular society, laws are also getting changed. In relation to society and its change, laws has to modify itself. That is all about sociology of law. I hope to talk the topic later on. Thank you very much. Thank you.